I can't believe I'm actually doing a breakdown on this. It's really troubling that the YouTube community can't figure out that this is a tune-up fight, and tune-up fights normally favor the victor. Deontay Wilder has fought his sparring partners in the past to build up his record. And you want to know what the results were? I'll show you what the results were. Check this out.
Deontay Wilder said when he found out he had to fight tonight, got the notice, first guy they called to bring in the spar, Jason Gavin. That was the guy they brought in to spar. But Gavin was on vacation. Then they brought in Demetrius King.
I'll finish one more. Stop. No. Huh? Stop the fight. We done. We done. Stop.
And you just heard.
You heard that? Stop the fight. So it really is really troubling that I even have to go through the trouble of making this breakdown because people don't understand marketing. Do y'all even look at the sport? The fact that Deontay Wilder is fighting one of his former sparring partners and you guys are giving him a legitimate chance just shows me that the fanboyness is at a all-time high. People talk about Wilder fanboys. The Fury fanboys are so crazy that they want Deontay Wilder to lose his fight, not realizing if he wins this fight and he go on to accomplish more, it adds to the legacy of their favorite fighter, Tyson Fury. They'll say Deontay Wilder's a bum, but arguably that's Fury's best win to this day. That's how crazy this sport of boxing is getting. But anyway, let's get to the science. The promotion will sell people who want to see Deontay Wilder lose and the people who want to give them all the credit in the world for this victory. That Robert Helenius is a worthy opponent. But like I said, he's Deontay Wilder's former sparring partner. And every fighter that he beat with a name has never been his height. He's a very, very tall guy. The guys that he beat are normally shorter than him, and he just uses his height and control range like Adam Konaki, Layman Brewster, well past his prime, Derek Chisora, pressure fighter, shorter guy. He's very good against those guys. But against taller guys, he doesn't have any defense, and he is a sucker for Deontay Wilder's best punch. He has no defense against it. Check it out. Even though he won this fight with Adam Konaki, he still was hit by the right hand very frequent, and Konaki's not even a technical guy, and he's a shorter guy. And every time he's been hurt, it's been by the right hand. He has no defense. Right here, look, he pulls back and he tries to block it with a forearm parry. That's his basic defense for that. One of the tactics he uses is a forearm parry. And then when he's on the ropes, I noticed on film that he reaches for the guy's jab with his right hand and he leaves a opening in the center for a right hand. Right there, he deflected it with his forearms at the very last second. But again, and he's successful with it at moments for the most part against taller guys. It lands. Look right here, he double jabs him. He reaches with his right hand for his jab, and then he parries it. He blocks it with his forearm, a forearm parry successfully. Right here, not successful. Look how far he reaches to catch his jab and leaves the whole right side of his body exposed. Now you understand why Malik Scott had Deontay Wilder throwing so many left hooks in the open work. Right here, he throws a double left hook and then a right hand. And you understand why, because where he's reaching for that jab with his right hand, his whole body is open and vulnerable. He's not set to throw anything meaningful, hard shots, and not set to defend anything. So he really paralyzes the right side of his entire body. And Malik Scott is aware of that. And the right hand will be right down the center because he leaves an opening down the center when he's reaching for the punch. So not only does he paralyze the side of his body, but he also leaves an opening right down the middle. He fatigues very fast and gets lazy with his defense on top of having bad defense. Right here, look, he shrugs his shoulders, postures up and takes a really deep breath, and then lazily tries to block the jab with his right hand and gets knocked out with the right. So all Deontay Wilder has to do is catch him fatigued and reaching for his jab and throw the 1-2, and it'll be a wrap. Early in the fight, all he has to do is lean to his left and loop the right hand, and it'll be there. Later in the fight, when he's tired and his defense is already horrible and he's reaching for shots, just throw it straight down the center and he'll knock him out. And Robert Helenius gassed very early. But check out Malik Scott giving Wilder a game plan for Fury.
You know what I mean? Here. Now, if the jab is coming from up here, we jab, we parry. We jab, we parry. Now, when they get comfortable, this is after you create a comfortable environment, and they're used to jabbing from here. Then we can go. Jab from there. Then we can go. This is not a round one move or a round two move. This is after you done broke somebody down, and now they can't be discombobulated from what? Your natural power. But you have already set it up. Environment, and they're used to jabbing from here. Then we can go. Jab from there. Then we can go. This is not a round one move or a round two move. This is after you done broke somebody down, and now they can't be discombobulated from what? Your natural power. But you have
So Deontay Wilder was beating Helenius up in sparring with stuff that Malik Scott taught him for the Fury fight. And I don't see the outcome being any different in his regular fight because he's gotten better. If the things that he learned on short notice was working in sparring, then what gives me any inkling that this fight will be a different result? I think that Deontay Wilder will win by right hand due to the flaws and mistakes of Helenius and counter off it, combined with the fact that Helenius doesn't do well against taller fighters who are his size or taller. Helenius is good at guys. He's good at controlling range. He just leaves his jab out there, like at the top of the screen, and just takes a step back. But at the bottom of the screen, he tries that, and the punch lands because the guy is taller. So right hands, he's vulnerable for, and especially against taller opponents. And Deontay Wilder can vary their attack. Look, right here, he reaches too far with his right hand and leaves an opening right down the center for a straight right hand. He didn't put a whole lot of power on that right hand. He just threw it straight and ended up knocking him back. Right here, he reaches again too far and leaves an opening right down the center. And Deontay Wilder's best punch is the right hand. Deontay Wilder just has to throw the 1-2 when he's on the ropes. He will reach. Throw the 1-2 when he's in the center of the ring before he's fatigued, but lean a little bit, loop the right hand a little bit, just loop it just slightly, and he'll knock him back to the ropes and catch him reaching too far when he's fatigued like he normally does, and like there, and you can land the right hand straight down the middle and knock him out. And Dupas is not a world beater, and he ended up knocking this guy out. Every time he has three losses on his record. 2 of them is by knockout, and 2 of them have something in common. They're the same height or taller than Helenius. Helenius does not know how to deal with taller fighters, and he does not have a great defense for the right hand. Those 2 things are a recipe for disaster. I can't believe that YouTubers think they know more than Deontay Wilder's marketing team, who has gotten him to the WBC belt, allowed him not to make a title defense in 2 years. That kind of marketing, people on YouTube think that they're smarter than. But I just see the fight playing out with Deontay Wilder knocking him out with the right hand, his money punch. Deontay Wilder has too many options to knock him down or knock him out, and he has one. He's relying on Deontay Wilder not being the same fighter from the Fury fight, and that's not a lot to rest your head on, because what if he is? If you notice in this photo, when he comes forward and he uses his jab and he's offensive, he's countered by Adam Kanaki. Deontay Wilder, in a sparring clip that's at the bottom, just pulls his guard down and counters over the top of his jab. There'll be counterpunch opportunities if he comes forward and tries to fight. And then if he backs up and tries to catch Deontay Wilder's jab, there'll be counterpunch for the opportunities for the right hand. He can beat him coming and beat him going. For those 2 reasons, I mean, I'm a man that goes with percentages. I don't think he has a chance in this fight. Now, granted, I said all of that. Now you Tyson Fury fans are going to lose y'all's mind because there's a slimmer of hope for y'all's hate. The last time we did see Deontay Wilder leaving the ring, he did have to be held up by security because he was so out of it. So that fight did take something out of his career. But I feel like 40% of Deontay Wilder could beat Robert Helenius just based off of styles alone. You always say it in boxing, styles make fights, and then you have a guy who's vulnerable for another guy's best punch. But I have to give Deontay a fair warning. Deontay Wilder is coming back for all the wrong reasons, in my opinion.
The proof is in the pudding. With the statue, so now I'm a walking living legend that don't even have to come to the sport, but I'm coming back to motivate, to inspire so many others.
Yeah, what's the specific reason that you said?
When I got my statue, it was just, because I was like, I was at one point.
Now look, if you're Deontay Wilder and you're coming back for those reasons aren't good enough. When Luis Ortiz hurt you in the fight, you were able to go to the reserves that you had because you wanted to be champion. You wanted it real bad. They're going to fight you now, homie. They are going to fight you now. It's like Mike Tyson when Holyfield beat him. He had to fight from that point on. A lot of people thought the Buster Douglas fights were flukes, but when Holyfield beat him twice, there was blood in the water, and he had to fight. And if you're coming back for these reasons, I don't. If it's a rough, rugged fight, I don't see you being able to go to the reserves and pull anything out that you need to win the fight. And for that reason, I think Deontay Wilder's going to win this fight. If he faces resistance, he's going to question whether he really wants to do this or not, or whether he really has a stomach to be a champion. But I'm going to let Mike Tyson take you home anyway. It's the Boxer's Collar, and I'm out.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Mike, first let's start with you. Did you want to continue?
Well, I would like to continue, but I saw that I was getting beat on. I realized I don't think I have it anymore because I got the ability to stay in shape, but I don't got the fighting guts, I don't think, anymore.
When did you recognize that? At what part of the fight?
I don't know. Early into the fight. I'm just sorry I let everybody down. I just don't have this in my heart anymore.